Hello, welcome back or welcome to my channel. I create astrology and numerology content. I want to teach you guys how to basically write down your whole numerology chart. We have our birthday number, which is very important, your life path number being very important in discovering your life's purpose. You have your destiny number, personality number. You have a maturity number, an attitude number, and a soul number. For the sake of keeping this video as simple as possible, I won't go into great depth on the meanings of the numbers. You can explore further for yourself. This video basically is just to give you the information on how to calculate each number for yourself. The most important thing that you need is a letter number calculator. Here's a chart that I created for you to use as a guide. And as you can see, J is associated with the 1 energy because J is the 10th letter of the alphabet and 1 plus 0 is 1. K is the 11th, 1 plus 1 is 2. L is the 12th, 1 plus 2 is 3, and so on and so forth. Basically, the numbers associated with the letter, if they're double digits, they are then reduced down by adding the double digits together. So the 23rd letter would be reduced down by adding 2 plus 3. 2 plus 3 is 5. So how you calculate your life path number is by adding each digit in your birthday, digit by digit. So say your birthday is October 31st, 1974. So how you would add that is you would add 1 plus 0, October 10, plus 31, 3 plus 1 plus the year, 1974, plus 1 plus 9 plus 7 plus 4. The life path number would be 8. So that is how you find your life path number, is by adding each number in your birthday digit by digit, month, day, year, each singular digit. Just add it all up, and whatever that equals to, reduce it down if need be by also adding that up. So if you add up all your month, day, year digits, let's say you get 12. You just add up 1 plus 2 is 3. Now the only exception is if you get an 11, 22, or 33. Those are our 3 master numbers. And master numbers, they still hold the energy of the singular digit. For instance, 11, 1 plus 1 is 2, still holds the energy of 2. 22, 2 plus 2 is 4, still holding the energy of 4. 33, 3 plus 3 is 6, and it holds the energy of 6. But you are not a 33-6 life path, you are a 33 life path. So that is how you get your life path number. According to numerologist Joy Woodward, your destiny number reveals your mental and physical talents as well as the shadows in your character. The destiny number represents the highest potential that you will spend a lifetime trying to reach and fulfill. It is the expression of your goals and the type of person that you want to be. And so how you find your destiny number, you actually need a letter number calculator like I discussed previously in order to quickly find the number that corresponds with each letter, because what you're going to do to find your destiny number is you're going to add up each letter's digit, like how you added up each digit in your birthday to get your life path number. You'll add up each letter, each digit of each letter in your name to get your destiny number. How you find your soul number is by adding up the vowels, the digits of the vowels in your name. And if you are someone who has Y in their name, such as myself, depending on if it's used as a vowel or a consonant, for instance, my name is Chloe, Chloey. I have a Y at the end of my name. It does not act as a vowel. The E is the vowel in my name. But let's say, for instance, your name is Aaron with a Y, Aryn. Then you would consider that Y as a vowel because it acts as a vowel. Aaron, in, you know. The easiest way to determine if Y is a vowel or if it's a consonant is if it is beside another vowel. If it's beside another vowel, then the Y is not a vowel. Having vowels on either side of the Y usually makes it a consonant. But a consonant next to the Y, Kyle, Mary, Lynn, names like that, all of the Y's in those names act as vowels. Sometimes there is an exception with names like Wyatt, W-Y-A-T-T, Brian, B-R-Y-A-N. How Wyatt, Y, it sounds like a vowel. So the Y in Wyatt is a vowel. Brian is a vowel. Names like Kiara with a Y, K-Y-A-R-A, Ki-era. That Y sounds like a vowel, and so it is. It's kind of tricky, so if you have any questions on if your Y in your name is a consonant or a vowel, comment down below and I'll do my best to try to help you figure it out. If you're interested in learning more about soul urge numbers, I have 2 videos out, and hopefully we'll be making more soon on the soul urge numbers, also referred to as your heart's desire number. So the soul urge, the heart's desire number, they're the same thing. They rule decisions made by your heart. These are your deepest desires in this life. The thing that makes you truly, truly happy, and the thing that you need to be truly, truly happy. It's what your heart's desire. It's your soul's urge. The meaning of the soul urge or heart's desire is literally in its name. Often, your heart's desire number or your soul number is only revealed to those that you are very, very close to. It's not something that people will catch on to unless they really, truly know you. Because your heart's desire and your soul urge are kind of private. It's the sort of thing that you only share when your heart feels comfortable to do so. It can dictate how you operate in heartfelt interactions. And if it's in harmony with your life path number, you will make decisions rather easily. When it's the same as your life path number, you are likely to wear your heart on your sleeve. Your private self will be more like an open book. However, if your soul number and your life path number are rather different, your head and your heart can be in conflict with each other. And you may even be indecisive about a lot of things in life, or contradictory. If this is the case, you'll just be a little more complex and may tend to surprise people with yourself. Like, oh, wow, really? I can't believe she did that. I can't believe she thought that. Type of energy. Next, we have our personality number. And this is the number that dictates the first impression you make on others. It is literally your personality. If you have a 1, a lot of people will notice this personality, because the 1 energy is like the sun. They shine. They often burn people with their personality. Then there's good and bad to everything. But yeah, so knowing your personality will give you a better understanding of how other people perceive you, a better understanding of how you come off to the world. It's not necessarily like who you are deep inside, like deep down. It's just who you project yourself to be through your reactions, behaviors, and responses. It acts as a gatekeeper to your true nature. It can act as like the mask you wear in the world, protecting your heart. It can act as a filter in your life, deflecting certain vibrations or energies and choosing those that fit best with you. It can be your defense mechanism, in a sense. It's kind of like your rising sign in astrology. It can demonstrate your natural talents. It's the number that usually gets you hired on the job spot. How you find your personality number is the total sum of all the consonants in your full birth certificate name. Your full name, first, middle, last. Again, you're gonna need a letter number calculator to find that. There are also karmic lesson numbers that are very important in your chart, in your numerology chart. And how you find those is if you are missing the energies. You're also gonna need a letter number calculator for this. One energy is resonant with the letters A, S, and J. If you are missing all three of those letters, then you have a karmic lesson number of 1, because all three of those letters are missing from your name, and A, J, and S all resonate with the energy of 1. Now you may be wondering, what if I'm just missing an A in my name or a J in my name? Or what if I'm missing a J and an S, but I'm not missing an A? Well, then you don't have that karmic lesson number, because you need to be missing all of the numbers in the alphabet that are resonant with a certain energy. That's why it's handy to have a letter number calculator, so you can determine which letters are resonant with which numbers and which one do you not possess. For instance, my name, Chloe Brianna Mims, I have no karmic lesson numbers because each letter in my name is resonant with all the different numbers. If you have any karmic lesson numbers that just so happen to be the same as the numbers in your core profile, like your soul number, your life path number, your heart's desire number, all those important numbers that we're going over in this video, the karmic lesson will be less intense for you because you already have that energy inherent within you. So that's a plus if you have that energy of your karmic lesson number in your core profile. Next, we have the maturity number. It's said that you won't feel your maturity number strongly until you reach midlife, which is around 40 years of age, and that it won't be actualized until you're about 50 years old. It is your maturity number, so it is the number where your true self is found. If your maturity number is correspondent to your other numbers, the shift in your energy will be subtle. However, if it does not correspond to your core numbers, if it is a brand new number to you, the changes will be rather dramatic. So corresponding numbers are 1, 5, and 7. They are in concord with each other because they are the intellectual axis of the numbers. 2, 4, and 8 are in concord with each other because they are the numbers of stability and of this like earthly realm world. 3, 6, and 9 are corresponding numbers. They are in concord with each other because they are the numbers of creativity and can be some of the most loving energies. Okay, so how you find your maturity number is simply by adding your life path and destiny numbers. So let's say your life path number is a 5 and your destiny number is a 4. So your maturity number will be 9. Or let's say your life path and your destiny number are both 9, making 18. How we find it is by adding 1 plus 8 is 9. So then your maturity number will be also 9. That one's rather easy. Next, we have your attitude number, and that one's also quite easy to calculate. It is simply your month that you were born plus the day you were born equals your attitude number. So let's say you were born December 22nd. So you would add 1 plus 2 is 3. And then your day, 2 plus 2 is 4. 3 plus 4 is 7. I think it's better to do it digit by digit, but you could also break it down like how I just did. Your attitude number is understood by others intuitively and without conscious thought. This is where people will decide if they like you or not and if they can vibe with you in a positive way. It's about first impressions and judgments. It makes sense that this number is what gets you hired. Side note, this isn't in your core profile, but in relationship to or with other people, there is an attitude stress number. So, like we just discussed, how to find your stress number is by adding up your month and your birth date's digits, not the year, just the month and the day of your birth. What is that? That's your attitude number. So let's say you were born October 2nd. So 1 plus 2 is 3. That's your attitude number. Let's say your partner's born January 24th. So 1 plus 2 plus 4 is 7. How you would find the attitude stress number, which is the energy between you and another person, the stressors between you and another person, is by subtracting your attitude number and their attitude number. So for instance, 7 minus 3 is 4. So the attitude stress number would be the number 4. The number 4 is all about hard work, so that one's very challenging. In your name, you are missing ones. You're missing A, S, and J in your name. And you don't have any ones in your name. You have no A's, no J's, no S's. Then you typically lack confidence and independence. If you lack 2 in your name, you typically are inconsiderate and impatient, because 2 is the number of connecting with another person, supporting other people, and it's the number of empathy. So if you're missing 3s in your name, you'll likely struggle with communicating and expressing yourself. If you are missing 4s in your name, then you will struggle with organization and follow through. Concentration will be very difficult for you. If you are missing the 5 energy in your name, you'll likely not be very adaptable, very resistant to change, and you won't like crowds, which will cause you to become reclusive. If you are missing the energy of 6 within your name, which are the letters of Fox, F, O, and X, well, then you will lack responsibility. You'll be a bit more idealistic and have unrealistic expectations of other people. If you are missing the 7 energy in your name, it may mean that you are impulsive and that you lack spirituality in life, and cause you to be more open-minded, less paranoid or skeptical of others. If you lack the energy of 8 in your name, you may be reckless with your resources. And the most intense lessons in your life will be around money and power. And lastly, if you lack the energy of 9 in the letters, within the letters in your name, and the letters are, and there's only 2 for 9, I and R. Missing 9s will make you self-involved. You'll likely be tested with lessons of tolerance and selfless giving. When looking at all of your numbers together, all of your main core profile numbers, watch for repeating numbers, because you're dealing with a double dose of that energy and it can be quite intense. Identify any conflicting numbers, because that can cause an identity crisis. I hope you enjoyed this simplified core profile video. All of the information that was listed here is from this book right here by Joy Woodward, titled A Beginner's Guide to Numerology. Amazing book. It's wonderful. I think it's important that you know how to do it yourself. Even if you don't want to be a numerologist and you don't have any inclination towards reading other people's charts, it's still fun to pick up a pen and paper and to also learn more about yourself in any way you can. So I thank you for watching this video, and please leave me a comment down in the comment section letting me know if you liked this video, if you want to see more content from me, what kind of content you'd like me to create, and what your numbers are and how you feel about them. I would love to know. I love hearing from you guys. So thank you for watching again, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.